Hello everyone, in this video I am going to explain ionization potential definition, what is the meaning of first, second and third ionization potential, unit used for the ionization potential, then factors affecting upon ionization potential, then which method is used for the estimation of ionization potential value, and based on ionization potential value how to determine the number of valence electrons in an atom. These things we are going to learn. Let's start. Ionization potential, this is one of the important trend in periodic properties of elements. As we know, if we move from top to bottom in a group, or as we move from left to right in a periodic table, the electronic configuration changes and the properties are get changed. One of the periodic property is the ionization potential. Ionization potential means the amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron from the outermost shell of an atom, that is known as the ionization potential. We know that in an atom centrally there is a nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, and around the nucleus there are the different shells. In the outermost shell the most loosely bound electron is present. So as to remove the most loosely bound electron, whatever the energy is required, that is the ionization energy. One condition is here that atom should be a neutral, atom should be a isolated, and atom should be in its gaseous state. Gaseous state is the important one. Amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron from the neutral, isolated, gaseous atom of an element is the ionization energy. Hope that you are understanding energy required to remove the valence shell electron. Now, if we want to remove the first electron from an outer shell of an atom, whatever the energy is required, that is first ionization potential. If the second electron of that atom is to be removed, the energy required is the second ionization potential. And the amount of energy required to remove the third electron, that is the third ionization potential. What happens when the first electron is removed? So the number of protons remains as it is. One electron is get removed, means number of electrons are become less. So the size of atom get decreased. When the second electron is removed, what will happen? As the electron is get removed, means what? The number of protons are as it is. As one electron is get removed, means what? The nuclear force by default it becomes dominant, and that's why the size is get decreased. So for any atom, first ionization potential, second ionization potential and the third ionization potential, if we consider, energy required to remove the third electron is greater than that of the energy required to remove the second electron, and energy required to remove the first electron is smaller than that of the energy required to remove the second electron. So this is the trend. Hope that you are understanding. First electron we can remove, but so as to remove the second electron we require a more amount of energy, because that electron is get pulled more towards the nucleus. So as to remove the second electron, more energy will be required. In the third one, more energy will require. So this is the there is no any exception that as compared to the first ionization potential, second is greater. As compared to the second one, third ionization potential is a greater one. Then ionization potential is measured in the units like joule per atom, electron volt per atom, kilocalorie per mole or kilojoule per mole. How these units are related with each other? Let's have a look. 1 joule per atom equal to 1 electron volt per atom, which is equal to 23.06 kilocalorie per mole, which is equal to 96.45 kilojoule per mole. So all these are the relations I gave, and these are the units used. Unit is joule per atom, electron volt per atom or kilocalorie per mole, and the kilojoule per mole. How these units are related with each other, here it is given. Next thing is that discharge rate tube experiment is carried out so as to determine the values of ionization potential. The most important part here, the questions will be of the type compare the ionization potential values. First ionization potential of oxygen, second ionization potential of fluorine, which is greater, which is smaller. So how to compare these things, that's the core part of the topic. So as to compare the different ionization potential values of the same or different species, we should know factors affecting upon this ionization potential. Okay, ionization potential, ionization energy, ionization enthalpy are the same one. So now I'll explain factors affecting upon this ionization potential, energy or enthalpy, whatever anything we may call it as a. So the first factor is size of atom. Size of atom. I'll explain one by one. Size of atom. Let's have example. First group elements. First group, there is a presence of lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Like this, francium is also there. So about their atomic size, lithium consists of the 2 shells. This is the size of lithium. We already learned that as we move from top to bottom, atomic radius increases. So as compared to the lithium, sodium is bigger. As compared to the sodium, potassium is bigger. As compared to the potassium, rubidium, and the cesium, atomic radius increases from top to bottom. Now, as the atomic radius increases, then atomic radius is inversely proportional to the ionization potential. How? That here seen in the all these first group elements, there is a valence electron. One electron is present in the last shell of all these elements. Distance between nucleus is positively charged. Nucleus and last shell electron is less in case of lithium, but the distance between nucleus and last shell electron is more. So hold of nucleus to pull the last shell electron is less. That's why the last shell electron will get removed easily. Okay, now here this electron we can remove easily because the electrons are get pulled towards the nucleus, but the nucleus to electron distance is more. That's why easily last electron can be pulled out. So the conclusion is atomic radius, that is atomic size, is inversely proportional to the ionization potential. Ionization potential decreases from top to bottom. Smaller the size, greater amount of energy is required to pull out electrons. Smaller the size, more is the ionization potential. Second factor which affects the ionization potential is the screening effect. Okay, screening effect is also known as the shielding effect or the barrier effect. I'll give the same set of examples here: rubidium, cesium. Screening effect means what? In between nucleus and valence shell, certain inner shell electrons are present. These inner shell electrons act as an obstacle, barrier in between the nucleus and last shell electron. So that ability of nucleus to pull the valence electron is get affected because nucleus is busy in attracting the electrons from the inner shell too, isn't it? For example, here lithium, in between nucleus and last shell electron only one shell is there. In case of sodium, in between nucleus and last shell there are the 2 shells, isn't it? That first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electron, third shell consists of 1 electron. In case of potassium, which belongs to the 4th period, in between nucleus and last shell there are the total 3 shells. Are you understanding? Nucleus and last shell, in between there are the 3 shells. So what happens? Ability of nucleus to pull the last shell electron will get decreased. For example, here in between you and me, I am seeing you, no, I am not seeing you, but you are seeing me. Okay, but suppose if I keep one transparent plastic sheet, so visibility will get decreased. If such a 2, 3, 4 sheets are get kept, plastic transparent sheets are get kept in between you and me, so visibility will get decreased. Now in the same way, the nucleus is attracting last shell electron, but the inner shell electrons act as a barrier, okay, and act as a screen, a barrier. So that's why as the number and shells, inner shells get increased, so ultimately what happens? The ability of nucleus to pull the last shell electron will get decreased. This is known as the screening effect. As we move from top to bottom, screening effect increases. And screening effect increases means what? The electron we can pull out easily. This electron is not get attracted towards the nucleus because of screening effect. So that's why we can take out this electron easily. Okay, we can take out this electron easily. So screening effect, that is shielding effect or barrier effect, is inversely more the screening effect, lesser the ionization potential. As compared to the lithium, here there is a more screening effect, here there is a more screening effect. More the screening effect, lesser is the ionization potential value. The third factor is the effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge means what? Let's have example of period number 2 elements. Period number 2 consists of lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon is also there. Their atomic numbers are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now in this case what happens? In this one, lithium consists of the 3 protons and the total number of shells are 2. This much size the lithium have. Beryllium consists of the 4 protons and the 4 electrons are there. The nuclear charge increases. Instead of 3, 4 protons are here. Ability of nucleus, that positive polarity of nucleus is get increased here. That's why electrons are get attracted more towards the nucleus. In case of boron, here there are the 5 protons. So again the size is get decreased. Carbon 6 protons. Are you understanding? The number of positive charges are increasing, and that's why the ability to pull electron, ability of nucleus to pull the negatively charged electrons are not united. They are randomly placed, isn't it? But the protons are united, isn't it? It's a good message. Be united. So as the protons are united at one place, they are pulling electron towards themselves. So nitrogen here, oxygen atomic radius decreases, fluorine least one, and exceptionally noble gases having the highest atomic radius. That's the second different part. Now students, as the nuclear charge increases, means what? Tendency to pull electrons towards the nucleus get increased, isn't it? As compared to the lithium, beryllium having more tendency to pull electron towards itself, and the tendency goes on. So here what happens? If we consider lithium and if we consider the fluorine, here the last one fluorine is. So the distance between nucleus and fluorine, that distance is less one. And besides this, in case of fluorine, there are the total 9 protons pulling the last shell electron, and here there are the 3 protons only. So as the number of protons increases, effective nuclear charge increases, and that's why it becomes difficult to take out the electron. So here the conclusion is effective nuclear charge is directly proportional to the ionization potential. More the nuclear charge, so more the energy will be required to take out the electron from outermost shell. Okay, so this is about this effective nuclear charge. Next thing is, fourth factor is S2p6 electronic configuration shows extremely high ionization potential value. So we know that argon, that is last shell electronic configuration 3s2 3p6, neon last shell electronic configuration is 2s2 2p6. So these are the stable atoms, isn't it? As per the electronic theory of valency octet rule, 8 electrons are present in their valence shell, they are stable one. So they didn't have tendency to lose electron. They don't want to lose electron. So that's why wherever we will find such electronic configuration, for example, chlorine electronic configuration is 3s2 3p5, outer shell I am talking, and Cl minus when we are talking 3s2 3p6. So 3s2 3p6, that is the general format, ns2 np6. So s2p6 type of electronic configuration is of the chloride ion. So here also it is very difficult to take out the electron. The ionization potential value for the chloride ion is also very high. Okay. Now students, the next factor is that penetrating power or type of electron. Penetrating power or type of electron. So we know that the shells are made up of the subshells. For example, fourth shell. Fourth shell consists of S, P, D and F subshells. Suppose here there is a nucleus, and in the fourth shell, which subshell is nearer to the nucleus? S subshell electrons are nearer to the nucleus, then the P subshell, then the D and then the F subshell. So what happens? We call it as a S subshell electrons as they are nearer to the nucleus comparatively. That's why their penetrating power is more. Okay, and the force of these are facing the more force of attraction, S electrons. But if we consider the F subshell electrons, they are away from the nucleus, and comparatively less amount of energy is required to remove these electrons. So penetrating power is of this order. And for which electron the higher energy will be required? Suppose electron is present in 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. So as to remove the 4s electron, more energy will be required as compared to the 4p, as compared to the 4d and as compared to the 4f. Okay, and last factor which affects the ionization potential is, that is the, wherever if we see, if the last subshell is the S subshell and if it is completely filled, then it corresponds to the more ionization potential value. For example, in case of magnesium, the last subshell is 3s subshell and it is completely filled, 3s2. So as per our expectation, it shows as per as atomic size, if we concern, whatever our something is our expectation, but it shows more ionization potential value, because in case of magnesium the 3s2 is the last subshell electronic configuration. Same is for the beryllium, outer shell electronic configuration is 2s2. If the last subshell is s subshell and if it is completely filled, means if it consists of the 2 electrons in its valence shell, then that is stable one. Okay, so it corresponds to the more ionization potential value. Same is the case if the last subshell is the p subshell and if it is half filled, then also it corresponds to the comparatively stability it shows, and more energy is required to take out the electron. So in case of nitrogen, we are seeing 2s2 2p3. So here the p subshell consists of 3 electrons. Out of 6, 3 electrons are present in case of nitrogen p subshell. So that's why what happens, more energy is required to remove the electron from the outer shell of the nitrogen. Ionization potential of the nitrogen is higher because of the half filled p subshell. Okay, same is for the phosphorus. It's a 3s2 3p3. Here also p subshell is the last one, 3p subshell, and as it is half filled, more energy, ionization potential is more to remove the electron from that one. Okay, so all these factors, see students here, so as to give a conclusion which is having more ionization potential, which is having lower ionization potential, we should consider all these factors, isn't it? Time to time we should do all these factors. Let's have a few examples. See, period number 2 elements. Here we have a lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Their outer shell electronic configuration is, yes, now you will see, yeah, their outer shell electronic configuration is lithium, it's a 1s2 2s1 2s2, here it's a 2s2 2p1 2p2 2p3 2p4 2p5 and 2p6. Students, earlier I told you that in the videos you may see electronic configuration, Abbo's principle, rules for distribution of electrons, so that one need to be known. Now the first ionization potential, when the electron is get removed, okay, now the unipositive ion, this is electronic configuration of neutral atoms. When they lose electron, their electronic configuration will become, but now our question is, how to arrange these elements as per their first ionization potential value, how we can arrange these one. So firstly we should see which is having comparatively stable electronic configuration. I will make underline for here 2s2 because we studied the rule, last shell S subshell 2 electron, that's why it is comparatively stable. 2p6 is also comparatively stable, and highest ionization potential is for the neon, 2p6. Okay, now as compared to the lithium, the ionization potential value is greater for the beryllium. Okay, as compared to the lithium, beryllium having the more ionization potential value, because general trend is size decreases, so by default ionization potential will be decreases. As compared to the beryllium and boron, what we are thinking as compared to the beryllium and boron, as compared to the beryllium, boron is smaller in size and boron should have a greater ionization potential value, but practically it is observed that boron having a lesser ionization potential value than that of the beryllium, because in case of boron 2p1 even though size of boron is smaller, size of beryllium is greater, Okay na? So as per atomic size, we are thinking that boron, more energy is required to remove the electron from the boron than that of the beryllium. But practically it is observed that we can remove the electron of boron easily than that of the beryllium. The answer is, so here we are concluding that as compared to the atomic size, the more significant determining factor is the electronic configuration. Okay now, firstly we should look the atomic size, but later on we should think about the electronic configuration. That's why I underlined beryllium here. As compared to the beryllium, boron having a more, as compared to the boron, beryllium having a more ionization potential value. As compared to the beryllium, then carbon, and as compared to the carbon, the higher oxidation state is of the oxygen. As compared to the oxygen, nitrogen is having the higher oxidation state. Now here also what we may think, nitrogen and oxygen. In case of oxygen, oxygen is smaller as per the size. So that's why more energy should be required for the oxygen so as to remove the electron. Okay. But we are observing that ionization potential value for the nitrogen is more, even though its size is greater than that of the oxygen. The reason is that half-filled p subshell is there in case of nitrogen, and we studied that half-filled p subshell correspond to the more ionization potential value. So here this is the pattern. After this, after the nitrogen, what we have? Nitro, oxygen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. After nitrogen, the sequence is fluorine, and lastly here we have a neon. Neon having 2p6 means highest ionization potential value here it have. Okay. So this is about the trend of first ionization potential values. Okay, students, perhaps you should see the video repeatedly, then the things will be clear for you. If you have a basics of these one, so it's a well and good. Now, what about the trend for the second ionization potential if it is asked? So our answer should be, see, this is normal atom electronic configuration. Okay, when one electron is removed, what will be the electronic configuration? Here 2s1, one electron is removed, it remains 2s0. Student, this is electronic configuration of Li plus 1. Okay, now unipositive ion electronic configuration. This is electronic configuration of the normal atom I wrote, here the positively charged and one electron less. Beryllium, if one electron is less, 2s1, here we have a 2s2. 2p1, when one electron goes, that's why 2s2 remain. Here 2p1, 2p2, 2p3, 2p4 and 2p5. Now here the unipositive ions of all these species having this electronic configuration. Now let's make an underline for the stable electronic configuration. So here 2s2, this is the B plus 1, okay, 2s2. And here 2p3, now the 2p3 is which one? O plus 1 is the 2p3. So these are the stable electronic configurations. So general trend is known to us. Left to right atomic radius decreases. As the atomic radius decreases, ionization potential value will increases. So as compared to the here also 2s0 means 1s2 we should keep. So it is also stable one. Amongst all these one, second ionization potential of the lithium is the highest one, students, because 1s2 is stable and that 1s is very close to the nucleus. Because that one p subshell is get say electron is get removed, that's why that shell is not there. So second ionization potential, the sequence is beryllium, this I took. After the beryllium, ionization potential is greater for the carbon, okay na, 2p1, this one, okay, and after this the ionization potential is greater for the boron. Okay, these electronic configurations I am comparing. Then second ionization potential I am talking here. Beryllium, after beryllium, carbon, after carbon, this one. So hope that you are understanding why the second ionization potential of the boron is greater than that of the carbon. Because in this case, this is boron B plus 1 and this is the electronic configuration of C plus 1. So B plus 1 having electronic configuration 2s2, it is more stable, isn't it? So beryllium, carbon, boron, then here we should go towards the nitrogen. After nitrogen it is stable one, so we should shift here, that is the fluorine. After fluorine the stable electronic configuration is of oxygen, and after oxygen here we have a electronic configuration of neon, and lastly we have a lithium. So this is a trend for the ionization, second ionization potential values varies as per this sequence. Okay. So same in the same way we can do for the third period we can do. Okay, now the video is becoming too much lengthy. Third ionization potential values also we can compare. Same type of pattern is there. Okay. Now last, what should I tell you? The valence electrons, how to determine valence electron. If it is given, the ionization potential values are given. First ionization potential, second ionization potential, third and fourth ionization potential values are given. For example, 100, 300, 800 and say for example 7000 kilocalorie per mole values of the ionization potential values are given, and it is asked how many valence electrons are present. So we know that here the increase is of the 200 units, first and second ionization enthalpy, the difference is of 200 units. Here the difference is of the 500 units. Okay, but here what we are seeing, the difference is of about 6200 kilocalorie per mole. So whenever we saw such a jump, it indicates that after removal of the 3 electron, that atom attains the stable electronic configuration of nearest inert gas, and that's why more amount of energy is required to remove the one more electron. Okay, so here the conclusion is valence electrons in this case are the 3, because when first, second, third electrons are removed, atom attains stable electronic configuration. So as to remove the fourth electron, this much great energy is to be utilized. Okay students, what I discussed today: ionization potential, ionization energy, ionization enthalpy definition, first, second, third ionization potential, how they are related with each other, unit for the ionization potential. Then that discharge ray tube experiment is used for the determination of ionization potential. Then factors affecting upon ionization potential that we saw: size of atom, screening effect, effective nuclear charge, then penetrating power of the electrons, SPDF, which electron is to be removed early and which is difficult to remove. S electron is difficult to remove, F electron can be removed easily of the same shell. And if that species having a electronic configuration of nearest inert gas, S2P6 electronic configuration is there, so extremely high ionization potential value we may see. And first and second ionization potential value of the second period elements I gave. In the same way you can do for the third period elements. Okay, so that all the things we saw. Only one last note I want to tell you: if we compare fifth and sixth period elements, their ionization potential, we expect that as we move from the fifth period to the sixth period, here we have elements from fifth period, here we have elements from sixth period. First, second, third, skip them. As we move from top to bottom, atomic size increases. So here there is no problem. Okay, now fifth period and sixth period. But if we see the first, second and third, fourth period, here we have a fourth group, and fifth period, here we have a element scandium, third scandium, titanium, here yttrium, zirconium. Okay, here we have a hafnium, and here we have a lanthanum, sixth period and third group, and here we have a actinium, and later on here we have a rutherfordium. Okay, so if we compare these elements, group number 3 up to the group number 12, then 13, 14, 15, up to the group number 15 elements. Okay, now see students, period number 5 and group number 15, from group number 3 to group number 15, on period number 5 to period number 6. These elements I want to tell you. Okay, now here we have a yttrium, zirconium, then yttrium, zirconium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, cadmium. Like these elements are here. Here hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, gold, and some elements are here. So about their ionization potential value. Okay, what we are thinking, ionization potential, as the size get increased, ionization potential value should get decreased. Okay, but we know that because of the lanthanide contraction, for these elements, because of the lanthanide contraction, what happens? The size didn't increase significantly. Okay, nuclear charge increases significantly if we compare zinc, zirconium, hafnium, okay na, or molybdenum, tantalum. If we compare them, we'll see their atomic size will not get increased significantly. Ionization potential value is get increased. This is exceptional one. See, I took a time here to explain this one, but the main point is here that top to bottom we are expecting in a group top to bottom what happens, that ionization potential value decreases, but this decrease we are not seeing here in this case, group number 3 to group number 15 and period number 5 to period number 8, sorry, period number 5 and period number 6. Here 5 to 6 that decrease in ionization potential value we are not observing. Why? Because the inertial electrons are get filled in a F subshell, okay na, and that's why the atomic size is not get increased much more, and electrons are get pulled near to the nucleus in this case, and that's why more amount of energy is required. So if someone asked to compare these 5th and 6th period elements, okay, so the answer is that 6th period elements having the more ionization potential value than that of the 5th period elements. Okay, I am not talking whole 5th and 6th period, I am talking in between group number 3 to group number 15. You may check these values. Okay, now I'll keep that chart, okay, either at the beginning or end of this lecture. Okay students, bye all of you, thank you for watching.